Well, it all comes down to this. The rights to the Missouri Valley Football Conference crown will be settled this afternoon at the Dakota Dome, and the matchup could not be better. It's top-ranked North Dakota State and number 4 South Dakota. Hello, and how is everybody doing? Alongside our head coach, Andre Fields, I am Jay Elsen. And Andre, you can't ask for much more than this. Number 1 versus number 4, and the last game of the regular season. These two teams finished right next to each other in the standings, but it was the Bison who won both in the regular season, including their season finale just over a week ago up in Fargo. They reached the FCS quarterfinals for the first time in program history. But with that, of course, comes extra expectations. And as we look at this preseason poll now for the Missouri Valley Football Conference, you see that. They're picked third behind South Dakota State, the two-time defending national champions, and North Dakota State, the team that eliminated them from the FCS postseason a year ago. But on top of this, they're also picked 5th in both major national polls. So, talked to Bob Nielsen earlier this week. He said that was great, but their preseason expectations for a reason. You got to go out and prove it each and every week, and this is step 1 here tonight. So Caruso on to kick it away, back deep for South Dakota. It's Keandre Jones-Logan. He takes it about the 3-yard line. Huge hole. There goes Jones-Logan. Keandre inside. He's going to the house. 20, 10, touchdown, South Dakota. A lot of contacts going between Money and Clough as they get set on the defensive end, so keep an eye on that. Jackson for 3. Moores with the follow-up slam! Goodness sakes! 2 quarterbacks in the game again. Mason takes the direct snap right up the middle. There goes Chase Mason. Easy into the end zone for number 7, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. This one from 48 yards. 8 home runs, 27 RBI. 46-run score, gives this one a ride to right center and deep. Home run for Mia Jarecki, and we are tied at 1 apiece. Trayson Eaglestaff, the junior out of Bismarck, struggled last week, Brad. Just 7 points in their 2 games on the road to close the regular season. He was 5 of 20 overall, 0 of 8 from 3 in those 2 contests. Not a guy that's going to stay like that for long. What a performance tonight in the Summit League quarterfinals. He had just 12 points the last time these two teams met up in Grand Forks. And tonight he goes for 46, the most points scored in a single game in the Summit League tournament. 14 of 27, 8 of 18 from 3. But he surrounded that guy with a bunch of really young guys. And the Jacks still managed to hit the 20-win plateau. Eaglestaff plus the foul. He's got 50 points in the Summit League quarterfinals and a chance to make it 51.
This is going to get this man all over your television screen tonight. He just set the mark for the most points by a single player in Division I this year. What a night for Trayson Eaglestaff.
Yeah, Ryan Kalkbrenner for Creighton at 49. That was the highest.
And that was right away.
Opening night against Rio Grande Valley, and Trayson Eaglestaff has just surpassed that. He gets a curtain call, and I'm not sure anyone has ever deserved one more than that guy right there. 51 points. South Dakota starts at their own 41-yard line. Special teams, huge part of this 4th quarter. The leaping penalty called on Dennis Shorter took 3 off the board and allowed this. Marty Brown for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. That made it 28-17 Bison. But Aiden Bauman and company came right back. 40-yard strike to Jack Martins to make it 28-23. USD got a stop. And now they get a chance to go win the football game, 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. No timeouts remaining and 1:16 on the clock. Bauman over the middle, finds Karan Adams. Adams tried to get toward the sideline, couldn't do it, and he's a yard short of the 1st down, so the clock continues to move. Bauman again. Finds Pierre, steps out of bounds. That stops the clock with 51 seconds remaining. Into North Dakota State territory to the 45-yard line.
It's a good job by Bauman just getting it out to the outlet, the safety throw, which is the Courant out in the flats. He catches it, gets the first down, and gets out of bounds.
This, Andre, right here is why you run all those 2-minute drills back in March. Is for a moment just like this, both offensively and defensively. Correct. In this situation. First and 10, South Dakota. Pressure coming from North Dakota State. And yes, USD jumped early. The right tackle, Bryce Henderson, I think is going to get flagged for this one.
Yeah, got to lean in backwards and couldn't keep
Offense,
that body.
Number 55,
from falling
5-yard
back.
penalty, still first down.
So the clock was not moving, so there is no runoff here. And it stays at 49 seconds. And you can see Big 55. And he knew it right away.
Yeah, and once you get there, you know, unfortunately for those big boys, if they start leaning in a certain way, it's hard to pull that weight back.
So first and 15 now for South Dakota. Bauman steps up. Javion Phelps is there. Did he get a foot down? They say no. Great hit along the sideline by Jalen Crumby to knock him out of bounds and not allow him to get a foot down. Holy cow, inches away from a huge play for South Dakota.
And we mentioned earlier, you know, it used to be if you were coming down inbounds and got hit out, they would give you the benefit of the doubt. Here, if you come down out of bounds, you're out of bounds.
That's a catch. That's a catch. Right foot came down inbounds for Phelps. This is going to be a catch.
And it looked like it was some, if you zoom in a little bit, it looked like it may have been some green there in between the foot. So there, this might be a catch.
So I don't think there was any doubt that he maintained possession through this, completing the process. One of the favorite phrases of all football fans these days. But they just showed the replay inside the Dakota Dome, and I think our replays say the same story. Watch the right foot of Javion Phelps. Catch. Right foot is down, clearly inbounds. I mean, although the heel is down, Andre.
It doesn't come down.
The heel is not down.
The heel never touched. Oh, my goodness. That's a catch. That's a catch in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. The call on the field was that it was an incomplete catch. So we'll see, but you look at that replay, it looked pretty clear to me.
The whole front of his foot was down, and then he even pivoted.
He turned it, yeah, so that the heel never hit the white, yeah. Oh, wow, let's see.
You remember that in the NFL, though? At one point this season, they said if you're facing the sideline and you get the toe up, but your heels, it doesn't count as a foot down. Remember that?
I think I do.
I can't remember the game off the top of my head because of the moment here, but now his foot was not facing the sideline, it was facing the end zone there. Here we go.
After the review, it's been determined the receiver had possession with a foot inbounds at the 27-yard line. That's first down.
Unbelievable. How about one more look? What a catch here by Javion Phelps. Took a shot from Jalen Crumby, who couldn't have done more as a defender in that situation. But a great job, sideline awareness, getting the foot down and maintaining possession all the way through the catch.
Toe tap, just a toe tap. Didn't put the heel down on the white, and we are in business.
Boy, Phelps has had himself a fourth quarter here, hasn't he? A couple of huge catches for him now. All the way down to the 27-yard line, 47 seconds remaining for South Dakota. Bauman steps up, finds Carter Bell, turns upfield, and he's brought down at the 15-yard line. First down, Coyotes. That stops the clock again and allows them to get set.
And they got to hurry up and get set. Guys are complaining about extra blocks and stuff. Get back and get set.
Bauman takes the snap. Pocket collapses, and down goes Bauman all the way back to the 25-yard line. They got to hustle now. The clock continues to move.
You got guys standing around.
22 seconds. Bauman takes the snap.
Doesn't clock it.
Look at wide open Javion Phelps. Touchdown, South Dakota!
And oh my goodness, Can you believe that?
It's getting loud inside the Denny Sanford Premier Center now. 6-0 run for South Dakota.
And with the way that USD is turning up the juice, if you're patient and you are the Bison, you might be able to get a back door, something going toward the rim here.
Under 10 on the shot clock. Kasubki. Stefanowicz calling for some help. Deep three. Stefanowicz in and out. Rebound grabbed by Forte.
He's going to the rim. You got to be cognizant
of that. No doubt about it. Left it short. Got it back. Plus the foul. Chase Forte. A chance at a three-point play. And a chance to tie this game at 78.
Well, Chase Forte may be the defensive player of the year in the Summit, but it's been his offense here in the last 7 or 8 minutes and his will and ability to attack off the dribble against a depleted front line of the Bison, which has allowed the Coyotes to climb all the way back with a chance to tie it here under 2 minutes.
And that was foul number 5 on Derek Dissett, so his night is done. Dissett with the spot start tonight because of the injury situation, finishes with 6 points and 4 rebounds in 25 minutes. That's the same guy that went for 16 and 13 when these two teams met February 26th up in Fargo. And a timeout on the floor with 1:39 to go. Both sides, plenty to talk about here. NDSU has 1 timeout remaining. South Dakota is out.
And it'll be interesting. You mentioned South Dakota out of timeouts. Remember a few possessions ago when Bullock burned that timeout?
Yeah.
Does that come back and maybe play a factor here? Who knows?
They actually have added 1 timeout to North Dakota State. So the Bison actually have 2 left with 1:39 to play in regulation. But how about this second half from Chase Forte? He had 8 at the break, but he has been, again, like we said, Sean, has had kind of this refuse to lose look on his face, and he has been monumental for the Coyotes since the break. 27 points, 19 in the second half, and this is the biggest one yet. Draws the foul of the putback, and he steps to the free throw line out of the timeout with a chance to tie this game at 78.
And defensively, you have to believe that the Bison's coaching staff, the next time down the floor, is really emphasizing to the defender, look, everything he's gotten has been with his right hand. Overplay that right hand and maybe force him to the left.
Forte missed the free throw. Bison give it back. Bullock plus the foul. Coyotes lead at 79-78. 10-0 run. How about that for your first field goal of the night for Quandre Bullock? 29-28, the final. South Dakota clinches a share of its first ever Missouri Valley Football Conference crown. And I know one guy that's feeling pretty good about that right now is quarterback Aiden Bauman. Aiden, take me through that fourth quarter. I'm not sure anybody's going to be able to comprehend that for quite some time.
Yeah, I like I was saying, it just shows the heart of this team. We faced a lot of adversity that game. I take a lot of responsibility. It definitely wasn't my best game, but we found a way to win. That's what's special about this team is the grit and determination we have.
All right, Amanda, we talked earlier this week, and you told me what a special group this was. And I know you didn't need this to prove that to yourselves. At the same time, how does this further cement the legacy of this group?
They deserve it. I'm getting goosebumps right now because this team, they worked so hard. You know what? Just everyone. Team basketball. We had 25 points, 15 points, 12 points, 60 points all around, and that's how this year has been. It's everyone is stepping up, doing things, and it's just been a team effort this whole way. And I can't give them credit because they work, they come to practice focused, they work hard as a team, they support each other, and that's why right now we're winning the championship because of that.
Hey, what are they still capable of?
I hope win the national championship. That would be great.
All right, well, hey, go get that net.
All
Thanks.
right, thank you.
Amanda Johnson, her team celebrating their first championship at this tournament, Dave, since 2014.